Hey, what's going on, TCA family? Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we have a very special guest. She's one of our students out in New Jersey doing some big things. Her and her husband, her name is Rosalie. She's on the channel today. So excited to have her. She's done over $37,000 in close to 8 months since joining us. And one of her deals, little over $25,000 in pure profit. So we're going to dig into that. I'm just excited to have her on the channel today.
Yeah, and not to mention, she's got 5 other properties under contract, rocking it. We're so excited to pick her brain and share her journey with you guys. So before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can get notified of new videos when we post them. And of course, if you're ready to get off the fence and take some action like Rosalie, go ahead and apply at the link below to join the Trailer Cash Academy family. We are so excited to welcome you aboard. Stop sitting on the sidelines. It's time to jump in the game.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So welcome, Rosalie. We are so excited to just share your journey and just pick your brain a little bit more. So, just jumping right in. The first deal we really want to talk about is the $25,000 flip that you did. Can you tell us a little bit about what the seller was going through and how you were able to get that property for such a low price?
Absolutely. So the seller was in Virginia and she had a property in New Jersey. She just wanted to get off her hands. She was tired of paying the lot rents. And we understood that that must have been frustrating for her. So we did our inspection, we walked through the home and then she asked us how much can I get for it? And at that point in our journey, we didn't have a whole lot of money to put down. So we were like, we have $10,000. We're going to offer her a lower amount and hope she's not offended too bad, but hopefully we'll get a yes. And when she said yes to $6,500, we were ecstatic. So we sold the home to her. We purchased the home from her for $6,500. We did an electronic signature. She wasn't even in New Jersey. It was amazing. So we did everything virtual. You wired the money. It was like, this business is amazing because we were knee deep in COVID. And I was like, I hope we could do this whole deal remotely, which we were able to. So we did do a power of attorney. She did show up when we, to give us the keys. So she did show up one time to give us the keys and signed off a power of attorney so we can act on her behalf. We were able to use that power of attorney at the park. And once he saw that we had something saying that we could act on her behalf, he was okay with that. And we were able to work on the home and we just had to submit our lot rents on behalf of the seller and all was good.
Oh,
man, I gotta know, just getting into this deal, a lot of people, they have some suspicions. A lot of sellers we go through, they can sense if you're new or not. And you guys are doing this pretty much virtually, this one deal. How are you guys able to get this done? Did you run into any hurdles with her being suspicious of you guys? Just, hey, you guys are newer. We're trying to do this all online. Were there any of those questions that came up from her?
Honestly, no, because fortunately her mother lives in New Jersey and saw one of our bandit signs and called us. And when she called up, she said, I don't know. You might want to just check them out. So the mother called us first. She screened us. And after she had a good feeling about us, she said, okay, give them a call. I think they're a good company. I think they can get you what you need. So after the mother screened us, we got the mother's A-OK. So we were able to do the business with the owner of the home. So it worked out well. We were a little nervous because we didn't know exactly what they wanted or how much they will want us to pay. But when they asked us, tell us what we could get for it, we were like, oh, okay. So we're all newbies here. So we'll just take it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad you guys were able to get that done and then have the park just A-OK'd as well. That's really cool. I know you and your husband ended up putting in $10,000 into this home. What were some of those repairs that were done? And did you guys do those repairs yourself or did you hire it out?
So we hired handyman using the program's recommendation. We went on our Craigslist and we had a list of handymen we could reach out to, called a few. They checked out the home and we found one that was in close vicinity to the property. So we went with him. What we ran into is we had to clean the home out. It was very hoarded. So it was a lot of things going on. So we didn't know how bad it was until it got empty. So once it was empty out, we honestly only needed flooring, paint, a really good cleaning, and the repair of the air conditioner unit.
Okay, not too bad. I know when there's all that stuff in the home, you're kind of like, hopefully we're not going to take this out and run into something unexpected. So I'm glad it wasn't too bad. I mean, the AC is pretty expensive, but outside of that, it sounds like everything else is pretty simple. So I know you guys are running this business and working full time. And so you guys are like running around. How are you guys managing, running this business, doing deals, getting deals under contract, and still your full-time job?
I mean, I hope my boss isn't listening because we both work remotely. So it gives us a little wiggle room. We can make a phone call to a buyer or seller and answer an email for work pretty much at the same time. But for now, we kind of just trying to split our day where, if my husband goes out in the morning, I'm available on the phones at home, or, he could see a property or check out, a construction project, and I can stay home and with the kids, because we do have kids, and be able to follow up on emails with the parks, or respond to buyers that are interested in property. So we're kind of just splitting our day based off what we're able to handle that day. So that's one of my concerns is time management. It's a challenge with a full-time job and doing this full-time, because it is picking up. People are calling us. They want us to buy their homes. And it's like, okay, so we have 5 homes on the contract, so let's just make it happen. It's kind of like we're splitting ourselves. We just don't want to burn our candles on both ends. So that's a bit of a challenge for us.
Yeah. And for many people in your situation that are just getting started, you guys are probably doing everything yourselves. You don't have the systems in place, and haven't hired anybody to delegate just yet. So that's something that we're rolling out with our Scale Your Sales program. We're really, really big on time management and really how to save your time. So definitely be on the lookout for that, because we're going to definitely share a lot of information. And I'm curious to know, with COVID, I mean, you started at the beginning of COVID, which was probably like, what am I getting myself into? I know you don't have a lot of experience prior to COVID, but how do you think that's impacted your business?
Honestly, not much at all. People still want to buy homes, and they still need to sell them. I would say we're just taking precautions like anyone else would in any other situation. We actually do have someone we partner with. He's a realtor, and he was interested in mobile home investing. And he said, hey, if you guys need me to put on an MLS, let me know. And we're able to work with him. So we actually have a few properties that are going to hit the MLS soon. But we were able to take some tips from him. He said, honestly, we just have people sit in their cars. If you have multiple people that want to see a property, sit them in the cars, wait, say sorry, somebody's ahead of you. So that way we're keeping that 4 to 6 feet apart, and they wear their masks. We have hand sanitizer at the property. We try to just keep it COVID safe. But we have people that don't want to wear masks too. So, we just try to encourage them to wear a mask, because we say, hey, the person living here is elderly. We want to be respectful of that. And, we just try to take those precautions, because we do have children to go home to as well. So we keep that in mind and try to be courteous to others.
Cool. I want to bring it back a lot of it to, when you guys just started figuring out mobile home investing was even a thing. So I have basically 2 questions. The first question I have is, we get a lot of students from the East Coast that have kind of this head trash, like, man, I'm on the East Coast, I'm in New Jersey, I'm in New York, I'm in Connecticut. Can this even work out here? Were you guys having some of those same thoughts? And if you did, how were you able to push through?
Yes, we did have those same thoughts, mostly because that's what we were hearing. But honestly, putting our bandit signs out, doing our fake ads online, you kind of can read how much people are willing to pay for a home, how much they're willing to sell a home for. We find that out just by doing it. So, 9 times out of 10, people either don't know how much they can get for their home, or they're hoping to get as much as their neighbor got. So, that's another thing. So we go to the parks, we'll speak to the neighbors, say, hey, Mr. Jones sold his home for this much, and just let them chat, and you'll learn about how much you can get out of doing this. So honestly, that's what we've been doing between, our bandit signs, our ads, comment sections on our page. Just, that's way too much. Okay. All right. Noted. We're just kind of figuring out how much are people willing to pay, and is that something that is feasible for us, and how much are they selling these homes for? But we're learning that sellers, they don't want as much. You just have to be patient with them and say, hey, this is what I can give you. And, okay, keep my number. They're all right. And give them a few weeks. They're like, hey, is that deal still on the table? And it is. So that's one thing we've learned is you kind of just have to do it to learn how much people are willing to pay or, sell their home for.
I love it. Sounds like you guys really just said, look, yeah, we hear the fear and everything, but we're going to just have to learn our way through this. We're going to have
Yes.
to apply what we're learning and just let the data speak for itself. And the
Yeah.
data is definitely talking with you guys, and the numbers are
Yeah.
talking too. So I have a
Yeah.
second question just dealing with the head trash. Now, we talked about, the head trash dealing with investing in the East Coast, but what about the initial investment itself? Because we get a lot of students that are kind of afraid to make that investment in them. Like, hey, I know we're not the cheapest program out there. However, we know the support and the value we bring to the table. So what were you guys dealing with? Just trying to make sure that this was the right investment for you, being that it was so new.
Honestly, we did a lot of shopping around. There are other programs out there that are good as well, but Trailer Cash Academy spoke to us in a way where we're like, I think this is where we need to put our money. And, we got the return back in a very short period of time. So, that initial investment is for the education, for the expertise that you don't have to necessarily experience from the School of Hard Knocks, because you could pay a whole lot more from the School of Hard Knocks. And, I'm not one of those people. So for me, I rather analyze the data, learn the material, and then go out there. So if you're a person that have like analysis paralysis, like I had, you will study this material and you'll realize this is something that I can take action on. And once you actually take those steps, you'll start to see real numbers that you're looking for. So the initial investment is well worth it. I would say that. Well worth it.
Perfect. Yeah, you're like us. Like, who's got the blueprint? I just want to follow the steps. I don't want to have to recreate this and figure out what comes first, what comes next. If you just follow the steps, a lot of times you'll save a lot of time and headache and money from trying to do it on your own. So I completely get what you're saying. So, I mean, what's next for you? I know you guys have a lot of deals under contract. You've completed some deals. I'm sure your confidence is rising, but where are you headed? Let's just say even over the next 90 days, like what's some big goals that you have?
Sure. Well, we also just purchased some land this month as well. So we're excited about that. We're hoping to find a home that we could put on that land in the next 90 days. And outside of that, we're just trying to clear the inventory we have, get some nice families in these homes, and just keep rinsing and repeating this. So that's our plan.
That's cool. I love you guys are doing land investing now. You're moving some home, 5 other homes under contract. So you guys are definitely busy. Sounds like you guys are going to have a massive 2021, not just with mobile home investing in parks, but figuring out how to marry the two with land as well. We spoke a little bit before this interview, and you talked about you and your husband, and then your husband, once he saw you getting it in, he was like, oh man, yeah, I'm convinced now. Was there any type of friction or any resistance early on? Because you were the one that decided to make the initial investment.
Yes. Honestly, I've always been that person in our marriage. So who I will read up on material and I'll be like, hey, I want to try this. And he's like, okay. And one of the things that I committed to and followed through on, and it actually like, boom, happened. So I thank you guys for actually being a part of this process in our lives, because definitely we'll talk a good talk, but it was this time in my life that I actually took action. And I'm thankful that this program has been a part of my journey.
No, we thank you for trusting us. You put the work in, and you guys both put in so much work. This is just the results, the fruit from your labor. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey. And up to this date, we actually had to push back our Scale Your Sales. It's still coming up. We got another date set in stone. It's actually in the next few days. We're going to add an additional 2. You and your husband, you guys have been such a blessing in the community and inspiring so many others. We think having more systems, more processes, more delegation, more automation in your business, man, you guys can like really take it to the moon in 2021. So we're gonna go ahead and bring you guys on board for Scale Your Sales as well. Yeah.
that. Wow. Yeah, 2021 is looking amazing already. Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
we love your hustle. And
Yeah.
I think with just a little bit more strategies and like
Yeah.
really learning how to run the business at a high level, like it's going to take a lot of stress off of you guys from having to do everything. And you're
Yeah.
going to be able to scale your results.
Yeah.
You know, you're already doing
Yeah.
a lot, but
Yeah.
imagine when you have some more systems and processes in place, you know, taking some of that work off your plate, I think is going to be amazing.
Yeah, the whole idea is to just free you up. Like you guys are making great money now, but man, what if we can 10x, you know, that 37,000? How about we turn that into, you know, 375,000, and then free you guys up. You're making more money and you're tasting this new freedom as well.
Yeah.
I think you guys are worth it. I'm excited to help you guys out with that.
I appreciate it. We both do appreciate you both, and we're excited about 2021. And thank you so much.
No problem.
You're
Well,
welcome.
thank you so much, Rosalie, for sharing your
Thank you.
journey. We really appreciate you just sharing all the insights, and we are so excited to just be there
Yeah.
on the journey with you and getting a little bit more hands-on mentoring with you
Yes.
as we scale into the next year. So
Yeah.
again, if you guys are still on the fence and you haven't, you know, decided what you want to do and you need a little bit more, you know, talking through if Trailer Cash Academy is the right step for you, go ahead and apply at the link below this video. We want to talk to you. We want to see if this is a good fit, because there's no more waiting to change your life. So
Yeah.
definitely apply at the link below this video and we'll take care of you.
And if you guys got value out of this, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and be prepared for the next video we drop next week. You guys take care.
Take care.